Welcome back, everybody. My name is Harrison, Scary Harry 22 online, and if you're here for the Major 2 CDL, don't worry, that video is in the process of being finalized and finished right now. But this is something that I'm super excited to talk about, and I'm super excited to bring to you guys. I want to expand my coverage of esports and opinions and knowledge. So, without further ado, as you could tell by the title, or probably the imagery that is over on your screen right now, the Apex ALGS Apex Legends Global Series Split 1 Playoffs starts tomorrow, February 2nd. The first start of the show, the game, whatever, will start at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and 2 a.m. JST, whatever JST is. If you're from JST and you're up at 2 a.m. to watch Apex, boy, oh boy, you are something special. But before we get into the predictions and my ideas and my hopefully excitement for the entire tournament, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the tournament, because if you were like me as of 1 month ago, you really had no idea how the Apex esports scene worked. You understood that there was an esports scene, but you didn't quite understand how it works. So that's what this video is about. It is about me breaking down everything that you need to know going into this show and going into this tournament, so then you can hopefully understand and you can follow along with what's going on. So first and foremost, let's break down how you earn points and how you win at Apex Esports, and then we will talk about this specific tournament. So for those of you who are unaware, Apex Legends is a 60-man, 20 teams of 3 battle royale spread across multiple maps, and the scoring is a little bit different than you might think from other esports. So I'm going to read from the exact rule book that the ALGS uses to break down the points. At the end of each match, teams are awarded points for their placements and their team's total number of kills, as shown on the in-game end match summary screen. The points are awarded in each match are: if first place gets 12 points, second place gets 9, third gets 7, fourth gets 5 points, fifth gets 4 points, 6th through 7th both get 3, 8th through 10th get 2, 11 through 15 get 1, and everyone else after that gets 0. So if you want to score at least 1 point, you have to finish at least 15th or better. However, you do get 1 point per each kill that your total team gets. So it's a little confusing, but I promise you, if you read this and you watch it, you understand, you'll know what we're talking about. Essentially, the most points you can get for any one action is winning the game, because to get 12 points, you would have to get, well, 12 kills, which would essentially come close to wiping, a bunch of teams from the lobby. Now, we'll talk about my thoughts and opinions on this in another video. My main point is I do think ALGS does a really good job at spreading the points across and making it seem like, yes, winning is how you can get the most points. However, they do reward players who like to push. They do reward players who like to try to get kills. And ultimately, if you're competing to play and you can hang with the big dogs, then you're going to get some decent points. However, that is how the point system works. Now, back to the tournament that starts tomorrow. So the tournament starts on February 2nd. Now, February 2nd and 3rd, everybody is put into groups of A through D. There's 4 groups of 10 teams. Each group will play a series of 6 games against each group to determine their placements for the bracket. Now, after February 3rd, when each team has competed against the other group, we will then be separated into the bracket double elimination stage of the tournament. On Saturday, February 4th, the bracket stage begins. Every team will be assigned a starting position in the double elimination bracket based on their group stage performance. After playing through the double elimination bracket on Saturday, the top 20 teams will advance to the match point finals. Match point threshold is 50 points plus the match win. Not exactly sure why they have to put that in there. I don't know if teams are going to be reaching 50 points, but whatever. So there will be a sort of round robin February 2nd and 3rd, and then the 4th will be the top 20 teams will be competing in a series to determine who will be your ALGS Split 1 Playoffs Championships. So now let's talk about the teams. Now, as I said at the start of this video, I'm going to be honest and transparent with everybody. I am pretty new to not only Apex Esports, but also kind of covering Apex as far as who are the top dogs and who are the players. But I've been doing my best to kind of keep up with who's good and who's not and who can expect to be really good and all that other stuff in between. And I'm not going to sit here and try to predict teams that I think will do well. If you're someone who is like me, who doesn't know much about it, but wants to see what the tournament is all about, I want to list off a few teams that I have seen from the scrims over the last couple months that have been on my radar as teams that look good. Now, obviously, if you're making an Apex video and you're talking about professional teams, you can't not talk about TSM. I think TSM is not only the most popular team, I think they have the most popular individual player with Imperial Hal, and I think they do the best. I mean, that's a team that you cannot not notice when you watch scrims and stuff. And if you're on Twitch and you're in the scene, you definitely notice these kind of players. They're big personalities. Imperial Hal is someone who's known for his sort of toxicity behavior, but from a competitive standpoint. And they always seem to be a step above everyone else. They're really interesting to watch. They obviously have to be the favorites going into this. Of course, there's the drama with Imperial Hal and Nick Merckx, who Nick Merckx' team didn't even qualify for this tournament. So that should just show you the level of comparison when you think of Apex Pros. A couple other teams to talk about. NRG is a good team. I haven't really seen a lot of them play, but I do know that they have a solid roster, and I do know that they are always a competitive team. And lastly, you do have to look at XSET. I do believe XSET is pretty good at Apex, and their scrims recently, I believe they've been placing relatively well. Now, again, if you're really new and you don't know what scrims are, essentially scrims are a form of practice. They're a form of all the pro teams to play against each other without any real repercussions for losing. It gives you that high level of competition without the punishment of risking things or trying new strategies to fail and not qualify or not do well. So all in all, again, like I said, I'm not going to bore you or try to pretend to talk like I know a lot. I don't know. This tournament should be really good for all of us to kind of see and visualize how we expect the season to progress for the rest of the year. But that is really it for this video, guys. I really hope you like this. If you do want to see more of not just Call of Duty or not just Apex, a whole bunch of other esports, I really do want to cover it and really want to dip my toe into this. I think there's a really big need for just upfront people in the esports. I think a lot of it is drama, a lot of it is gossip. I think people just need to sit back, talk about things that are exciting, talk about things that are real inside the sport, and let the esport do the talking rather than the gossip. But my name is Harrison. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. And if you want to watch, I'll be streaming it all on my Twitch. Stream every day on Twitch.